right. Got Xenos here. Why wasting time with Stardust? Defeat Xenos. Proceed.
Come! Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine! Is this truly the best Heideland's chosen can master? Show me your vaunted fortitude. Soon you will know the full extent of my power. Mine for the taking!
Ow.
Mine for the taking!
Jesus, I don't even get a chance to move out of the way.
A test of your reflexes!
Ow! What the hell, man?
A test of your reflexes! Mine for the taking!
Ow!
Have I overestimated your potential?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit. Come on, let move.
A test of your reflexes.
Ow. Dick.
A test of your reflexes. Mine for the taking. Mine for the taking. Ah, my soul, how it burns.
Burn, burn, burn.
I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent. Yes, yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet! Mine for the taking! I have you! A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude! Mine for the taking! I have you! Mine for the taking! of your reflexes! I have you! A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude. A test of your reflexes. I have you! No!
Is that the end of it?
Not until the last of me is spent!
Doesn't sound like it.
There! Now fall! This is my moment! Our moment!
Nailed it.
That I should lose again. How disappointing. Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure. Was this life a gift or a burden? Did you find fulfillment? I
What? I don't even play Dune, dude. Get out of here. Don't worry about it right now. Get out of here. Go play.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and
Please.
you can't leave us. Not like this. If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on. Open your eyes and get up.
Time for a bunch of title
Are you-
cutscreens.
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone alright?
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain? That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this! When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came! And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life. Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside. We're home, my friend. We're home.
Oh.
Is that?
is part of the story, so gotta watch it, even though it sucks having to go through all these damn credits.
It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home.
Yes!
Welcome home, everyone! Welcome home!
Skip.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the rising stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind,
unfortunately, I can't snooze
as will my comrades.
I used all my snoozes.
For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Alright. Well, Logan, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Zeos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlotte, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. And then he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier extortions. But knowing the state you were found in, I could have ended very differently. But your sins almost cost you your life, and nobody could express the remorse I feel. Really, he said, thank you. Time and time again, I've made to fall woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. I shall begin with restoration of the students at Baldesion. Through our work, Charlotte will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojeka and other remaining members. Together, we will continue grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times might you be willing to assist us, not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel the lure for the task itself. The guy really upset. Marvelous, should sudden interest arise, I shall not hesitate to reach out to you. Until today, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Oh, look, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been taking the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show certain concern for the silence. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I'm able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlotte. Both Alice and I are off to assist the Garleman's recovery. You see, though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Illibert contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Gromwald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. These you misunderstand. We do not seek redemption for failing Lucinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus' words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of contingent with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies will find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Logan, from the bottom of my heart. Logan, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings, when due to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the land surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Kalamald, and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was the area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlotte too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, the blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this other order business. For my part, I'll be heading Garmo with Osmo. They are among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for the many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of our moments of triumph and accomplishing determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my very best. Look forward to hearing about the legendary Alice Lavalier. No, not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Come on. Pain-ass dog. You're a pain in the ass, dog. Logan, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though the parting be not forgot, forevermore is nevertheless occasion for sorrow, akin to Pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is perilous endeavor indeed. I'm starting to get tempted to just get this. For their part, however, the Lafayette has embarked upon a new beginning. Through benefit of his purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth a hospital for the creatures of Aetheris. This do our lunar visitors convene with the form, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role for our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more much each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To the end, a charade of Lascaris hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hagelin, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star, and this beneficent nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, instinctual curiosity of theirs. Having wished that which they strove to achieve, I wished most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, and abiding affection for man result in boon for all. But I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. When does I call it friendship? I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. It is certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. But I still digress no further. The day should belong to the silence of the seventh dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine sense caused the grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus indeed I do prefer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Only halfway through these. Ugh. Our champion and saver, I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. As I'm more amusing in my head, speaking of heads, I was worried about yours and the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You are in bad way in healing magics or no. I'm impressed how swiftly you've recovered. Thus again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you accomplished. Meet the undefeated, her song of oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. And now Ryan has tomorrow to look forward to too. I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for the lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans for Uringer as aimless wandering. We have a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the signs on the world stage. There will never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. What I suppose is our approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No mention of this feelings of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long. And when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minophilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Lane. I have a question for you. I imagine Minophilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? There's never been dull, or that's for certain. That's my opinion in it. In many ways, the experience has left us far stronger than when we began. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. If you need helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. As I don't say, then out with it. But I thought your adventures had any number of ways around coin, and though the science mode of operations has changed, we should be compensated as before. In any case, I do not want for our options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment that he offered me a position as guardsman of the Empyrean district, as former as Sir a Dragoon. I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived with word from Butra. The warden requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He then designed to mention why I needed, but it pertains to dragons like us not. In Tanvir, like elsewhere, the phenomenon caused by the final days abated when you defeated me, Tion. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who fought refuge in Charlotte, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By arrangement between Berta and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charlotte if they wish to work and study. Pietro was always the satrap in truth. The gratifying to see him become one of name as well, one who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed the benevolence hid ulterior motives, but it is clear he cares for his people, and they, in turn, revere him. To no such nation may flourish is comforting. Future's kin sought release from conflict, so weary were they of the suffering it wrought to surrender to oblivion. But Midgard's armor to give up, and hope he made the journey to distant Aetherius with his clutch of eggs. And though his progamy went to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my own hands, I felt the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Two more. Oh, are we staying in our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I'm averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days had subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can easily recalled or remembered. And nestled among these memories are certain essential facts, the history of the theorists and the ancients, glimpses of awe, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them into formal records for a wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given in interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is inevitably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intended the rendering. An event is described as sad, a dissemination which fails to express the emotional complexity. Yet the word on the pages is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even in the potential of corrupted meanings, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be painfully a affair indeed. But what you say on this matter, should I take up the quill, reflect upon these experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Yeah, do it. Let them be remembered. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of Iya and the ancients, and so many other wonders. When I scribe, it will be less polished work and more reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to the following, where my curiosity lives, after all. A safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I'm at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Unamas. Oh, yeah, might you have a moment to talk? It sounds stepping away from the public eye. I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Crow, I've decided I will be assisting her in the rebuilding of the students at Bedalstian. Not only am I indebted to Master Golf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never just met you, never became a caretaker of Terror, never became a scion. He gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps, mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. But if you have the time and inclination, my friend, stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. You crawl in the realm of the Omicrons, but I asked you if I thought may someday be mentioned in your epic. While 'tis true, to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than stand with you in the here and now. And need it be some grand endeavor, there need it be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you. And I hope you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. I know. I can all but hear Lina and Beck Lugg's voices each time you remind me. As much as we already seen, there's still so much that we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we even encounter survivors of the Omicrons somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting comrades, that will never come. I'd bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not the Omicrons? Where plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. Oh yeah. To Tataru. Bugging your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Yes. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. Everyone is in the mood. The time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet. Be well.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who would be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Good.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal. And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Guess Charlotte will gotta go. Right, Luden, how lovely to see you. You're not in too much of a rush. I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Grand new adventure, of course.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you. You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again, and travel the world in search of wonder.
That's a great idea, but where to start?
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind. Thavnair. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
I need pockets. Make sure I have pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
That doesn't look like close.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across. Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Unless I am returned.
Is that the Van Daniel Hermes?
Ah, you're awake. My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Ay, ay. What the heck did it have me looking at? The chandelier? Serves as the artist refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment, you'll see. Heard that before. A little more room in the shoulders upon open up the cuffs. A final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Oh, what do you think? Doesn't it scream ready for a new bold adventure? Doesn't look very armory. I'm so glad you approve. You have done yourself tired, thank you. Oh, stop. You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask that you wear this on your travels. Place anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder where did he purchase those stylish yet practical garments. For you know it, hordes of new customers will be coming over each other to place orders at Tataru's Toru Boutique. Wow, I can hear it now. The merry clink clink of gil overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Growing merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll just take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. As the former receptionist, sometimes intelligent gatherer of the science, allow me to offer your word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best place to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Tambir, I suggest you explore your options of murders behind. The finest drinking establishment in Raz at hand. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale-tellers, but also will share with you the tricks of loosening their tongues. Now I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Logan, and may fair fortune find you. Right back, I gotta go bathroom. I do not want to start the Hillburn Crest. Welcome to Myers Mahine. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. You here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Ah, there he is, Professor Jaheen. I thought I saw him come in. Though somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mahine's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share anything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy from him is on the house, by the way. If Myra find out I took coin from Temvir's savior, she would have me scrubbing paws for a week. Yes? And what may I do for you, my Erosian friend? I want to see about the Sunken Vault. I'm going straight to the point. And where did you hear such a thing? I suppose I could tell you about it, except the tale is rather long and my throat is very dry. Here we are, one of my hair's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Why is this not a taki? Where to begin? I assume you've heard of Alzadal. He was a Khan of the Aru tribe, which sailed to Temvir from the mainland, and key figure in the history of Razadhan. His decision to aid the Aksarta is what only won them the war against the Gajursa, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Asdel-Il III, who was known for his deeds as satrap at Razadhan earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glimmering riches. Others that he bargained an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there's the tale of the Sunken Vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Asdale III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly. Wealth win. In centuries since, whenever natural disaster or hardship befell Razadhan, folk remembered that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Bodies as sight tickle in. Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Another round. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the Mahine. Where are we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused. I mean, flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did they discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such an account only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. There may see something Asama was saying. Asama's fellows, connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, yes, he is. He was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear. But he did have... no, I can't say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy request? If my word sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it is your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? How about saving the entire world? The very edge of existence? For anyone else, I struggle to believe it. But I recognize you. You're the hero of the final days. Yeah. Suck it, Jaheen. A drink. I need a drink to settle my nerves. Mahil. More of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. And now he's passing out. Wait, you being who you are, I suppose it shouldn't hurt to share a little more. Tish's friend Azama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map. One will show them way to the entrance of the vault. He could only get it from the shop merchant. What's his name? He's a little drunk. But I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Miel, more drinks. No, no more drinks. Saving for water instead. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I'm parched. That was water. Did you tell her to bring me water? Yeah. That's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head was certainly thank you in the morning. I seem to have overindulged. I am put in mind of the words of Master Jazing. Beware how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I shall not you no more to these unseemly annex. You want to speak to Azjama? Well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mahina's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. It's Amazon, and who might you be? Your worst nightmare. All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in the Sea of Azun's Legacy. I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Azil's three's unworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see in you too, the appetite for mysterious and the unknown. But I will not attempt to turn you from your path. I need to will the fulfilling of that endeavor. So I'll tell you that my friend told me how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location in the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Sashiel, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. My friend's purse was too late for the exorbitant price. With that meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that these ruins are on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. You went truly indeed to seek Azil's treasure, since you put your affairs in order. Those things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure,
My starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price? Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure. But why Thavner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
I don't trust that guy.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
So you get the treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavner what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Shall we split the expenses?
I appreciate the concern, but there's one thing I've learned from my time with the Scions, is how to better manage my coin purse. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
You'll recall I spoke of visiting Tanvir at Beecher's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full to hand delights to refuse. It was just me to train the radiant host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. We need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. My dad is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to Askia and see if he can help us. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins? It was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing. I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. But here, I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Who knows our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. See you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walk so you not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir. Aren't you the heroes who saved Tanvir? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zashiel. You see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the bleeding orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I say what I've done, I beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd be. Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortune purchase, as it turns out. For my friend here was seeing those very runes. You're kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there's more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as his island shows. However, is that shield selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needs to search about the runes, but the vault, about everything. The man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe a whole army. I do not doubt the runes hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of we could invite our comrades. That we could, and so when we do find the treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on who to approach? The signs have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Gratia and Kryle. Hi, Kryle may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he surely will leap at the invitation. I mean, it was Graha I was more thinking of than Kryle. Yes, if that man is as strong as you. Is he though? Strong, I mean? What is your name, boy? Miharad, sir. Well, Miharad, your life is yours to live as you will. I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do. But what choice do I have? We need to eat and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just so you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Instinct. So the recruit got him. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. Mr. Grawl, he is based at the annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you into the right direction. Let's be off, alright. Do me a favor and no straight from the path. Toss me in the hole and set sail. Glad to get off here soon. Oh, look who is. Welcome back, Logan. What might the students do for you? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Cryle. They've been holed up there for days. By all means, go in and give them an excuse to take a break. Okay.
Ah, Ojika, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance. Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
To the library! There's a couple more quests here to grab though. So I'm gonna grab those while we're here. Definitely get a ton of quests. Get these done and over with. Hate dealing with this wandering master. But it gives more dungeons. Honestly, can't remember what that one was. Okay, got all those. I think what we'll do is we'll head there, and then we'll probably call it there. Wooden Way. I guess we could talk to Yashal at least.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Close my eyes for one moment.
Been longer than one moment, I think.
Ow! Ugh. How long have you two been here?
You don't want to wake you.
Nor did I want to fall asleep. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Alright, I do need to get going here soon. So we are going to call it there for now. Got some done on the main story quest. A lot of kind of boring stuff, but still part of the story and stuff that needs to be done. Remember, drop a like, subscribe, follow Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. don't know when the next time I'll be on is. Maybe tomorrow. Otherwise, probably Thursday. Since my work schedule is changing, what I can do also is changing when I'll be streaming and stuff like that. So, schedule will be changing a little bit on that. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube and kick